So moving to the next part of this Maya class. So we're going to model a simple table in Maya with using the mesh menus over here, next to command and then bevel. And simply we can start with this. So creating a cube, scaling it. So when you're selecting this box on the right hand side, we are getting the parameters of that cube. So simply what I've done, I've used the scaling tool. Because of that scaling tool, we are getting the height, width. Suppose if you want to scale it from here, you can also scale it from here also. The height, currently I was not using it, so the parameters were default. See, so this is the depth. Okay, so this is the thing, we got it. And then if you want to create the legs from here, so we're going to use the to command for giving the edges. So pressing alt 5 to see the model in edge frame, and then shift right click, you're getting the option cylinder, cone, sphere. So we're going to select the object and then press shift and right click. So we are getting the multi-cut tool, insert edge loop tool. So what is this insert edge loop tool? So we are getting this object, and then with this tool we can click on the edges. We can insert the edge over here, and then getting to the move tool, object mode, to the edge, double click for selecting the loop, and then we can move the edge. Now this tool is not that much accurate, because if I want edge in dead center, so how we can bring it? So simply what we can do, we can remove this edges from here. So we can remove it, rather than doing Control Z, we can get to the right hand side, and then we can see the nodes over here. The poly split 5 3, so I think I've given 4 edges, 1 2 3 4. So we can select one by one, control left click and then control right click, delete the node, control left click, control right click, and then delete the node. So same thing we can do for them. In between, if you want to remove anything, you can remove it by this. So we have removed it. Now coming back to this multi-cut tool, after coming to the multi-cut tool, automatically it will going to snap on your geometry. So what we need into a dead center. So how does it work? If I press control, it will going to give you a loop. So again, it is working as insert edge loop tool only. So what I want it should snap into the center. So control and then middle mouse click, control, if you're pressing control, middle mouse click, so you're getting in the dead center. So what I want this to be on the left hand side, this to be on the right hand side also. So rather than giving two edges, what I'll do, double click to select the loop, single click will going to select a part of it. So double click and then control B or shift right click to the bevel edges. So now we can see we have converted that single edge into two edges, and then we can increase the friction also. We are getting this small window over here. So this is, and then we want to increase one more segment over here. You can increase the segments also, between you're getting the segments. So I think we are enough with this on the left and right, and then again multi-cut tool, move it over here, control and then middle mouse click. Now again double click, control B, that is the shortcut, increase the fraction, we're getting it. Now we got it. And then we can press the mouse, and then for selecting this face, we can get to the object mode, and then we can select any kind of element. So face, shift, shift, pressing shift, we're going to give you multiple selection, and then shift, click and drag to the bottom. So we have created the legs. So the good thing over here is that you can use shift also for extruding, control E also. So control E and then moving to the Z axis. So from where we are getting this extrude, we are getting this extrude from the edit match. So getting to the edit match, we are getting this extrude and then control E. So see, the good thing of Maya is what I was telling you, that I have already selected these four faces, and then I went to this menu also while getting into the object mode, and then if I select the object and then right click, come to the face, automatically it will going to select your previous selection which I've created. Now shift click and then drag it, so the same extrude command is in front of you. So now coming to the right hand side, so this is the overall scaling of your object, and then this was the editing you have done for giving the height, depth, and then on top of it we are getting the nodes for the extrusion. So poly extrude face 1, and then one more time we have extruded. So if you want to increase or decrease it, so we can do it. And getting to the poly extrude phase 1, we can see that these are the properties in front of you. Now if I get to this taperness, I'm increasing it, but currently I'm not having any divisions. So if I increase division, we're getting some kind of artifacts. So that means after giving the extrude, we are increasing the subdivisions, it will going to give you this kind of problem. So what I'll do, I'll undo everything, and extrude command is already there. See, extrude command is already there, so you can select this, right click, and then delete the node. Now there is no extrude command. Simple, what we are having object. So selecting this and then selected, shift click and drag, and then we are getting this poly extrude face. Now you cannot see nothing is extruded in the Z direction. You can see over here local direction Z, nothing, no values there. Translation over here, but that is 0 because we have using the shift command. So if I undo it again, and then if I select it and press Ctrl E, and then you drag it to the bottom, now you can see on the right hand side we're getting some kind of command. So local translation Z, see, we are getting a command over here. Now we can give a value around of 23, enter. So this is the thing. So while extruding this thing, you can take care of it. Next thing, we need to create the smooth edges of this table. So how we can smooth the edges, because we are getting the sharp corners over here. So simply selecting the edge, double click, so it will going to select from here to here, and then all the edges we're going to select it, pressing the shift, double click, shift, double click, shift, double click. Now all the edges are selected. Now you can again press Ctrl B, you can taper the edges, and then decreasing or increasing the fraction will going to give you amount of taperness. Then we can increase the segments over here. I think 2 segments are enough. That's it. See, pressing Alt 5, you're getting the smooth corners. So this way you can create the small object in Maya. Now if you want to connect this object from here to here, so we need a kind of supporting wood over here. So we can create a edge, multi-cut, and then control middle mouse, control middle mouse, control middle mouse, control middle mouse. All the edges are at equal. Select all of them, move it, and then control B. We're getting a fraction level over here, and then you can select this face, select this face. After selecting it, we need to bridge them. So control, no control, I think we need to get into the shift, and then we can find all the things which can happen with this object. So shift, right click, and then we need to find it, bridge. So bridge is in front of us, so it says bridge faces, get to the settings, then reset it, and then apply. The bridge command is done, and then repeat it for this also. Pressing G, we're going to repeat the command, selecting it, G, and then selecting it, G. So we have created this table. Now if you want to insert a mirror over here or something, a kind of wood over here, so what we can do, again, multi-cut tool. Multi-cut tool is very helpful. So you can see the how accurate it will going to insert the edge in between, and then double click, Control P, decrease the fraction, and then select the face. Now all the faces are selected. We need to extrude it into the negative value. So Control E, and then we can local translate. I'm not getting that gizmo. Okay, gizmo is this side, so we can move to the gizmo area. Suppose if you're not able to see the gizmo, we can also translate into this way also. See, we can extrude it this way. Okay, but what I want to extrude into the negative value, and then I want to fix a kind of mirror. So the next thing is we need a face over here, and then with a thickness, a kind of cube. So what we can do, either we can take this, okay, and then move it to this area. So the good thing is we can extract. We're not going to extract, we're going to duplicate this face. So selecting the face, shift right click, duplicate face, and then with this help of Gizmo we can move it over here. Now you can see this is having a kind of black color and then gray color, so we can take care of this later. So we need to get into this Windows outliner. So what we have done till now, this was a simple cube. Click on this, and then you can see polysurface, and then one more surface duplicated from this polysurface. So we need to unparent this object. Okay, this is connected in this group. So what I can do, either I can delete the history, selecting the object, edit, delete by type, Alt Shift D, shortcut, done. History is deleted. No connection of this. And then Shift P will going to move it, this object, outside of this group. So Shift P, unparented now. And then select everything and then delete the history. As I told you, you can also assign this on your shelf also, as I did it in my previous video also. So you can assign it on your shelf by pressing Ctrl Shift and then left click on this selected icon. Ctrl Shift and then left click. So now you're getting that history command over here. Right click and then delete it. So we have it. Okay. So this object over here, so we can rename it over here. That is glass, and then this is table. So this is the transform node. This is the transform node. Okay, but with this transform node, we are getting the shape also. But I have deleted the history. Okay, okay. And then we can also freeze the transformation of this table also. We are getting some kind of value. So simply selecting this node and then modify freeze the transformation. So by mistake, if I move it, it should come back on its place. How? Giving the value 0. Now selecting this object, the pivot is over here, and then selecting this object, the pivot is over here. So what we can do, select this object and then modify center the pivot. So again, I will going to tell you that how you can assign the shortcut over here. So Control Shift, modify, and then left click, Control Shift, get to the desired menu, and then left click, center pivot, done. For this also, center pivot, done. Move it over here, so we can move it. Now we can see this object is seen as black. So this is because of normal, because one side of the object will be black, the front side and the back side. So this is the front side, this is the back side. You can also avoid this thing while getting into this lighting and then use two-sided lighting. But then we are not using the two-sided lighting, we are using the single side lighting only. So we can select it and then move to the match display, because this is related to the display. Reverse it, done. Now this is at the bottom. And then if you want to give the thickness also, you can remove this area. So if you want to give thickness, definitely we're going to give the thickness also, because we are having this much of thickness. So Alt 5 and then selecting again Control E, giving the thickness over here. See, I'm moving to the negative, we are getting complete object black. Move to the top. Now this is the thing we got it. Then we can insert this, then scale it, going to get fixed over here into the z axis also. See, the object is fitted. Now I think this is moving more outside, so bring it inside. We can press 4 also, we can see how this is placed. Done. So in a simple way, we have created this table, one object and then two objects. So assign a simple material, assign new material. So already this is having a Lambert, so we can assign for this a plane. Already. Do not get confused that your object is not getting selected. Always recheck your class. In the outliner also selected. You are going to see the edges if you are going to get into wireframe. Pressing 5 and then assign new material. Then plane is front of your default plane. Then moving to the plane material attributes, and then increase the transparency. And then for this we can get to the Lambert and then change the color, a kind of woodish brownish. See, pressing Alt 5, done. So we have created our furniture over here. Okay, so in this we have learned the commands like extrude, that is used multiple times, and then bevel also over here, let it mesh, extrude, and then bridge, bevel. So with the help of these command, and then duplicate also. So we have created this table. Okay, so we'll carry on this in the next class. Thank you.